Yeah, I think it is time now.
हाँ सर.
Manoj,
हाँ सर.
just you can start with the introduction of
Oh,
Dr. Anand Thakur.
I hope everyone had joined the meeting. Good morning to all. Especially we are having a special personality for today's webinar, which is Professor Anand Thakur, where they are going to discuss about the topic sustainable development goals and green marketing. A brief introduction about the leader where we are having for the webinar, where Professor Anand Thakur is currently working as a professor, School of Management and Associate Dean Student Welfare at Central University of Punjab, Bhatinda. He previously held the position of Finance Officer at the Central University of Punjab, Bhatinda from May 31, 2022 to April 23, 2023. Prior to these roles, he has worked at the Central University of Tamil Nadu, Guru Nanak Dev University, and Lovely Professional University. Professor Thakur has an extensive career spanning over 22 years, during which he has taught and conducted research in various areas of marketing and research method. So we have very lucky to be present with them, and his research interests include consumer of brand relationships, green marketing, and rural marketing. Professor Thakur has published his research in both national and international journals of repute, including British Food, Journal of Strategic Marketing, Service Marketing, Quarterly, Global Business Review, Management, DLSU, Business and Economic Review, IIM, XLRI, and XIMB Journal. He has also presented his work at various conferences and has received multiple Best Paper awards. Additionally, Professor Thakur has supervised 5 PhD theses and 13 MPhil dissertations. Furthermore, he has played a significant role in coordinating the social entrepreneurship project of lab coats as a part of SATI, which means skills, agriculture, technology, health, innovation. University initiative focusing on 10 adopted villages in collaboration with the government of Punjab from February to June 2016. Professor Thakur has also been an invited speaker and expert at reputed universities and colleges in Punjab, Tamil Nadu, and Andhra Pradesh, conducting faculty development programs on topics such as business research methods, rural marketing, innovative pedagogies in higher education, and general management. He has received numerous grants for organizing seminars, conferences and projects from organizations such as ICSSR, NISD, AICTE, and UGC. Professor Thakur serves as a reviewer for reputed international management journals in Korea, Thailand, and India, having been invited to contribute this expertise in the peer review process. And I once again I welcome you for this webinar, and we hope that wonderful insights from you, sir. I hand over to the Professor Anand Thakur, sir. Carry on, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Manoj, for this introduction. Before proceeding with my session, I am extremely grateful to the organizer of this event, Professor B. Jirliji, for giving me this opportunity to interact with you people, and I am thankful to CMDR. And the topic, friends, for this session is Sustainable Development Goals and Green Marketing. So by the end of this session, I am expecting that the participants of this session will be able to gain deeper insights on the evolving role of green marketing in achieving sustainable business transformation. So we will be trying to connect the green marketing, how it plays an important role in achieving SDGs and in achieving the business transformation also. Second is how these SDGs are reshaping modern marketing thought, consumer behavior, and corporate social responsibility. Sustainability driven business practices through industry case illustrations such as Patagonia, Unilever, and IKEA. We will also be developing a strategic perspective on integrating ethical values, innovation, and sustainability within green marketing framework. And finally, we will be trying to foster critical reflection on how businesses, consumers, and institutions can collaboratively contribute towards a sustainable future. That is the end result or outcome expected from these SDGs. So, coming forward to our first focus, that is the green marketing role in achieving SDG and business transformation. So, as you all are aware that United Nations in 2015 has, fixed these 17 SDGs. And what is the background behind that? So, you all are aware that number of activities are being undertaken by us that are not conducive to the environment. And there are n number of issues which are making us bother that to what extent we all will be sustainable in all our day-to-day life as well as in our business and other interest. So the data itself here indicates that more than 700 million people, they are living in extreme poverty, and 821 million people are undernourished. About 9 out of 10 urban residents, they are breathing polluted air. Human activities are responsible to raise the global temperature by 1 degree Celsius since pre-industrial levels. 671 million children and adolescents, they are lacking minimum proficiency in reading and mathematics. By 2050, equivalent to about 3 planets are likely to be required to sustain current lifestyle due to increasing waste on Earth. The poorest 40% population is earning less than 25% of the global income, and 3 billion people still lack clean cooking fuels and technologies. Similarly, in 2018, the number of people fleeing war, persecution, and conflict that exceed 70 million. So, these SDGs, came into existence in 2015, and the target they have set is to be completed by 2030. So these SDGs are a collection of 17 interlinked global goals. They are designed to be a blueprint to achieve the dream and realize sustainable and better future for all of us. So it is what do you say universal resolve to end poverty and protect our planet. We are to make effort to harmonize social, economic, and environmental sustainability. We are not to, leave anyone behind. We have to take along all in this, holistic mission. And friends, if we speak about these 17 SDGs, so those who are not aware, I'm just listing out those 17 SDGs and how you people might be aware of different yugs. Just like right now we are saying we are in Kali Yuga. So it was Satyuga also. It was Dwapar also. So similarly, uh, we are aspiring to be achieving the state of Satyuga. So that is possible when these 17 dreams are realized by all of us. So no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry innovation and infrastructure, reduced inequalities, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate action, life below water, life on land, peace and justice, and partnerships for the goals. So these are the 17 dreams which have been visualized by United Nations, and we all are to contribute endless. And this is the importance of SDG for even India, that you can see whether it is the research work, publication work. There also the publishing agencies have been prescribed to sync the research work with these SDGs only. And whether it is PhDs, there also the regulations are prescribing to connect the research work of PhD with these SDGs. Similarly, the business organizations also, which later on part of this presentation I will highlight how different corporate players are integrating their business or business activities with these SDGs. Moving further now, how sustainability has to be connected and synced with our marketing orientations. Friends, this work is now showing that how our marketing orientations are undergoing in almost collapse. You all are aware that presently we are adopting the societal marketing orientation, which speaks about that we are not only to achieve our profitability, we are not only to focus on our profitability, we are not only to focus about our customer satisfaction, but we are also to think about, we are also to focus on long-term well-being of the society. So this was the original, uh, theme of societal marketing concept. And we all have been adopting different marketing orientations. We here means the corporate world. So whether it was production orientation, where entirely we focused on maximizing our production only for gaining economies of scale. So then time changes, we focused on product orientation. When the competition increases, we focus on innovative features of the product. So then product became the more priority as compared to the other things. But again, when you are focusing too much on the innovation, the sense of the thing that you are not able to achieve your sales, so then aggressive marketing and what you say promotion came into existence. The focus was on aggressive promotions. But again, if it is not related to the customer satisfaction, the entire effort goes in vain. So then we adopted marketing concept, so where we spoke about customer satisfaction as well as profitability. And later part, because about from last 3 decades, we have been speaking so much about the long-term well-being of the society. So in addition to customer satisfaction and profitability. But the matter of the fact is that whatever may have been the efforts, the corporate world has not been able to do proper justice to the third dimension of this orientation, that is long-term well-being of the society. And as a matter of fact, we are witnessing the collapse of these marketing orientations, because if we will not be able to survive, then what our business activities will be doing if we are not in existence. So we have to now see that how the marketing orientations have to be redefined or reoriented. So in that context only, green marketing comes into picture. So in general, the current scenario cites green marketing as marketing of environmentally safe and sustainable products and services. So friends, as you all might be aware of marketing mix, that is about product, about price, about place, and about promotion. So here we have to color our all 4 P's with our green efforts. So we have to integrate greening with every P. So it is for product, eco-friendly design, recyclable materials, and long lifespans. In case of price, it will be reflecting the true ecological cost versus long-term savings. So that also we have to see. And in case of place, it will be sustainable supply chains and optimized distribution routes. Promotion will be focusing on transparent communication of environmental benefits. So these activities have to be oriented in such a way that the companies, when they are making their marketing efforts, so they are ensuring that each of their step, each of their action is either contributing towards the environment betterment or at least preserving the environment. So this is the overall, what you say, priority of this. And those participants who have interest in the field of green marketing, for them, new very emerging domain, that is green marketing communication, that also is gaining more significance these days. And in the subdomain of sustainable consumer behavior. So this GMC is now gaining importance. So if green marketing communication is not playing the right role, it is high time for us to evaluate that, because as I told you in the very beginning here, that this societal marketing orientation, it speaks so much about long-term well-being of the society. We are organizing so many events, we are trying to sync it with our vision mission also, and the government agencies, the international level also, the efforts are being made. But the matter of the fact, as I told you, then why the at the ground level the result is not visible? So somewhere down the line we have to review our integrated marketing communication. So we have to see to what extent the promotional activities adopted by us in order to preserve the environment, whether they are going in right direction or not, because why they are not able to channelize the entire vision mission of the company towards better environment. So in that context, the advancement of this transformative sustainable marketing orientation is becoming essential to boost the environmental, social, and economic impact of these activities. And in response to growing demand of our green endeavors and environmental regulations and legislation, companies are now incorporating ecological concerns in their strategies, goals, and practice. But again, because you know about customer side also, the customers or consumers are also environmentally conscious, but they have their own constraints or doubts or apprehensions about the corporate activities. So when they are doubtful, the lack of trust is there, that emerges as a challenge for the marketer to effectively communicate the green messages. So this is based on research only, and to form a positive attitude of consumer towards brand, the prominent role of effective GMC cannot be ruled out, as I am advocating for. Moving further to the main theme of today's session, that is how green marketing is contributing towards achievement of SDGs. So here, out of these 17 SDGs, friends, though I believe that by large all SDGs are directly or indirectly related to green marketing, but if we specifically wish to relate, then it is SDG 7, that is affordable and clean energy. That is first one. And if we speak about renewable energy, now how this SDG 7 is being contributed by green marketing. So friends, you are all witnessing that there are a number of schemes coming from Indian government also related to sun, that is Pradhan Mantri Surya Mitra Yojana is also there. Similarly, number of what do you say, subsidies are being offered by the government even to individual buyers in different mode, and the focus is towards marketing of solar and wind products, so that we are able to achieve or realize our dream of affordable and modern energy for all. And it becomes more prominent right now, because you all know that the kind of scenario right now we are undergoing, and more we reduce the consumption of the other products, so related to petrol and diesel, so and more it will be economical and otherwise also beneficial for us in terms of environment as well. Similarly, SDG 9, so industry innovation and infrastructure. So here, friends, you might be knowing about how energy efficient appliances are gaining importance, not only by the manufacturers and distributors but by the consumers also. So they are also getting benefit by saved power and their money in terms of bills. And it is again active effort towards preserving our environment, and for that the focus here needs to be towards uh, inventing those what is products and services which are making active contribution towards the reduction in resources, use of resources. SDG 12, responsible consumption and production. So friends, you know that it is not only one-sided effort that will help in achieving sustainability. So we have to be, behaving responsibly, whether we are manufacturer or are a consumer. So just like manufacturers, in the very beginning, I told you that these four P's, and in packaging part also, we have to adopt biodegradable materials. So that will help us to reduce waste and promote responsible production patterns. And while on other side, we have to encourage our consumer section also, consumer community also, to what do you say, adopt green apparels or green products only in their behavioral pattern. So that is another, domain where we are encouraging the research, so that how these consumers can be encouraged or motivated towards green consumption. In SDG 13, climate action. So we all have, as a what do you say, from corporate point of view, we are having a resolve to reduce carbon consumption, and low carbon logistics and offset initiatives are directly combating the impact of climate change. Now we are trying to evaluate how different companies, they are uh, trying to show the resolve with these 17 SDGs. So the first example before us is about Patagonia. So many of you might be aware of this brand, and this brand is now reflected or perceived as a pioneer in sustainable marketing. So they have launched a campaign that is "Don't buy this jacket." It is actually hinting towards discouraging overconsumption. So they have come up with a number of initiatives, a number of campaigns where the overconsumption has been targeted by them. And they have a few initiatives also, like 1% for the Planet membership. So with this kind of membership, where the money will be diverted either for achieving the goal of climate action in the form of SDG 13, or it will be for initiating partnerships for these SDG goals in the form of SDG 9. Similarly, they have come up with another campaign called Worn Wear Repair Program. So here they are not only discouraging overconsumption, but also they are encouraging the consumers not to go for new buying unless there is even a remote possibility of repairing the existing apparel. So this way, they are not only encouraging them for avoiding overconsumption, but also they are motivating and guiding the consumer to behave responsibly. And this way, they are contributing towards SDG 12, that is responsible consumption. Friends, then full supply chain transparency they are trying to maintain, and this way they are claiming to be contributing towards SDG 8, that is decent work and economic growth, and SDG 9, that is industry and innovation. So these are some SDGs which this brand is trying to show the resolve for adoption. Now Unilever. So sustainable living brands. So this Unilever's sustainable living brands like Dove and Hellmann's, so they have now grown 69% faster than the rest of business, means as compared to the other brands within this name. And they have now come up with a plastic reduction target. So as they are also bound to use plastic in their manufacturing, in their distribution, but despite that, they have taken a resolve to reduce the use of plastic, and this way they are showing a resolve for achievement of SDG 12. Similarly, 100% renewable grid electricity. So they are also trying to adopt a renewable energy pattern or platform. So this way they are actively contributing towards SDG 13, that is climate action. Then social impact focuses on hygiene and nutrition. So what kind of products and services they are right now having, that they are actually promoting hygiene and nutrition among the target buyers. So this way they are claiming that they are contributing towards SDG 3, that is improving health and well-being. But there are some contradictions also against this SDG 3, because some news items are also there where it has been claimed that some skin-related problems have also been witnessed, and though it is not sure, so but the only thing is that we have to prevent from green hushing. So because you know that greenwashing and green hushing, these two practices are being actively followed by the corporate world, and where in the greenwashing we are doing less, but we are announcing more, we are showing more, and in green hushing we are doing social work, but we are avoiding the media and publicity in order to avoid being dragged by the media. So these two things are also to be controlled effectively. There are a few other examples which are speaking about green marketing models adoption. Now first one is about brand Starbucks. So the strategic tool which they are coming with is greener store framework, and they are directly contributing towards this sustainability goals, and they are trying to uh, reduce the consumption by 30% in case of water and 25% in case of energy. And the Starbucks, these greener store are there. So this is some example of visual which you can have the idea how they are, orienting their stores. So just to awaken their target users, also to contribute towards responsible consumption. Similarly, the brand IKEA from Sweden, they have also uh, adopted a circular business model. So they have taken a resolve to reduce carbon, and they have even shown the commitment to for uh, you know compromising with the GDP growth, even if it is coming or achieved with reduced carbon use. So they are willing to compromise, but they are not willing for growth emerging from loss or harm to the environment. For Philips, so Philips also, they have now come up with product repositioning, and they are now coming up with value based pricing. So where rather than going for product based innovation, they are now coming up with the life cycle marketing. So they are willing to stretch or lengthen the each stage of life cycle of their product, just in order to reduce the harm to the environment coming from the product use. Similarly, Nike has taken a resolve to move to zero innovation. So they are also now encouraging recycled products and services, so that the eco innovation is adopted or synced with their marketing vision and mission, and they have achieved with the reduced waste. There are some research findings also related to some interesting researches are also there, because some inputs for research community. So in one of the study on green marketing and consumer purchasing behavior, the findings are reflecting that there is a now strong bias towards eco-friendly brands, and the drivers are environmental awareness that is directly correlating with purchase intention. So more you are aware about the environment, it is positively correlating with the purchase intention, and the outcome is that green trust is serving as a strong mediator for long-term loyalty. And quantitative benchmark here is coming that 48% of consumers are now willing to shift their habits for eco impact. Similarly, the second study is from Sustainability Journal on title is on sustainable marketing and SDGs. So this is directly contributing towards UN SDGs achievement, and they are advocating that firms are gaining durable market advantages via sustainability, and green R&D significantly boosts corporate brand equity. So that innovation part is also there. Green R&D is promoting corporate brand equity. And 45% of global firms, they are increasing green investment. So based on last 2 years observation, so it is another encouraging indicator for us. Green advertising impact frontiers. So another one is that from the frontier, green advertising impact. So here what they are saying, targeted green ads, they are improving baseline brand trust level. So if the green ads are conceived properly, so they will definitely improve baseline brand trust levels and emotional appeal. So emotive environmental storytelling method can be a good method in this regard. And 90% millennials, so willingness to pay, they are willing to pay premium for their sustainable brands. So some of these interesting research findings are also there to guide us. So about this green marketing communication, as I told you that this is one of the advanced domain within the field of green marketing. So the persons who will be the researchers in this field, if they will be trying to dig out deep in this domain, so it will not only help the research community, but it will help the managerial perspective also, because green communication strategies will come, promotional values will be aligned with the perceived consumers expectations, and attractive cognitive comprehension of green marketing communication will also be derived, and we will be able to handle or avoid the buzzwords what you say leading to greenwashing. And on the other hand, for social point of view, conservation of this collapsing marketing orientation will also be done now in this way, and we will be able to uh, develop solutions to improve value co-creation and sustainable behavior, and we will be able to achieve our operationalizing sustainability related variables. Now, emerging issues in sustainability. So there are some other domains which we all people can explore for further research, like uh, some research studies are advocating that in case personal values and consumer values are examined in context of green brand equity and green purchase intention, so that will be very relevant kind of exploration in order to measure the sustainability. Similarly, the strategic orientation towards marketing communication goals. So as we are speaking here that green marketing communication may be a big player in achieving sustainability goals. So what kind of strategic orientation the top level managers are carrying in regarding marketing communication? So that is also likely to be a key driver in achieving sustainability. Similarly, in the role of personal values in EV adoption. So you know that personal values is a very popular construct in behavioral studies, and in case of EV adoption, there are a number of publications also which we have achieved in reputed journals on these constructs. Similarly, digital marketing communication and green apparel. So this is also very important aspect, because green apparel definitely is a step towards responsible consumption, but to and how, to what extent digital marketing communication can contribute in promoting this green purchase behavior. Similarly, CSR and personal values. So corporate social responsibility of the top level managers, whether it is derived or affected by personal values of those managers, that is another important domain to be examined. And finally, the triple I framework, that is latest marketing models in rural markets. So it speaks about inclusivity, it speaks about integration, it speaks about innovation. So these three dimensions in a rural marketing also can be go a big way in achieving sustainability, friends, because you know that about two-thirds of India belongs to rural areas, and in case we have to uh, uplift our India, then we have to think about uplifting our rural people. And here earnings, push will not impact much, because if you will give some subsidies, that may be for temporal impact. But if we focus on increasing the earning capacity of these rural people by offering innovative products, by integrating with private and public partnerships, and by what you say inclusive framework, by partnering with the developmental agencies. So these things will make the path easy and will contribute towards sustainability. So this is from my side, and I'm thankful again to the organizers of this event. And there is one activity also. So in case you people are willing, then we can go for same, or otherwise this you can all note down. And if you have any queries, you can always ask to me. So the activity here is this, that based on SDGs discussed here in this session, so you can think about that, what kind of 5 major initiatives can be undertaken for achieving these SDGs, so that you people can focus upon. Thank you for giving me time.
That was wonderful session, sir. I request any questions, any doubts regarding the sessions. I request everyone to have a clear their doubts and ask questions for the webinars. You can raise the questions. Sir is here to find solutions.
Sir, can I start with sir?
Yes, please.
Because when we look into the Indian market,
Your voice is, sir, sorry, I'm interrupting. Again, that echo problem is coming.
some echo is going on. Hello.
Yes, sir, please.
Okay. When we look into this concept in Indian context, so most of the Indian products are agri-based products, that what we can say, because when you talk of corporates, okay, it's well and good, but when we look into the marketing of agricultural products, so how can we link it with the agrarian products? So can you throw some light on that, sir?
See, as I just shared that the broader model, which is applicable by large in all kind of agricultural products or services, is we have to work upon our manufacturing or plantation aspect also. We have to also think about pricing mechanism as well. We have to go for planned distribution, and then the promotion also. So if the government agencies are going to play active role, just like through public private partnerships, or by giving a remunerative price to the growers, and with the help of innovative practices, just to lower down the cost and easy penetration of the products. So these are the 2 or 3 initiatives which will be going a long way in achieving this goal.
Sir, agreed, but because now government has made a provision that even farmers can also directly enter into the market by organizing themselves into farmer producer companies. It
G,
means
FPOs. G.
FPC, farmer producer companies, with amendment to the Companies Act. So then, in that context, means even the farmers have to adopt the corporate principles. So then, the green marketing is going to catch up in Indian context that I'm talking about.
See, your observation is, sir, is absolutely right.
Yeah.
But what I have seen in the last, 5 to 7 years, that FPOs have been given liberal support by Indian government also through budgets, and the numbers also have increased significantly. But there are some research studies also recently conducted in Central University of Tamil Nadu. So the work was on FPO's performance only. But what have been seen there, that sometimes these FPOs are not that much efficiently what you say contributing in sustained agriculture, the purpose or the real purpose for which they were designed. So there are some limitations with which they are also existing right now. So it will be too early to say that only FPOs are the solution for this.
Okay. 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 There is some question in the chat box. I think Manoj, can you coordinate, please?
There is a question from Chaitra Patil.
Just to read it out.
Since PM Surya Ghar encourages rooftop solar but state free electricity schemes reduce the bill, savings from solar, do you think policy coordination between central and state governments is important for better adoption?
Good question, actually. My voice is equal. I think please just switch off one instrument. Yeah,
Yeah.
now it is okay.
Yeah.
So, friends, as you know, on a similar topic, I had a session yesterday also. So, there one of the participant, was from West Bengal, and that participant also told me that when during interaction took place, that participant told me that originally the cost was anticipated to be 50,000, but the actual cost to their family was 15,000 only. So they got 35,000 saving from this scheme. So what they you have very the student who has raised this question, the integration between state and central is very very important. And but one thing is sure that even with the centers this scheme, so the subsidy which they are getting now, whosoever is willing to claim or avail, so naturally when your dependence upon state power will reduce drastically, you will automatically become self dependent. So once this infrastructure cost is to be borne, and that also larger portion is now being given by central government only. So in the long term it will be huge saving for all of us.
So, one question from my side.
Yes.
As you said in SDGs, quality education. Though from past, if we go through the education is completely pure. When we compare to present generation, the education is completely mixed up. If the government take initiative to give the quality education, even after many restriction on the education, is that possible to give quality education for the country?
Okay. Just two instruments again. Yeah. If I understood your question correctly, that you are one thing you are saying that the quality of education has gone poor, sorry, correct? And second part of your question is,
If government take initiative to give the quality education, is that possible?
see, I think every government always aspires to offer quality education only, correct? So whatever may be the phase, but the only thing is there that I don't agree fully to you that the present level of education is entirely poor. The only thing is, the brain drain is always there, and the other thing is there that because of the advent of this social media impact also, and the present youth is not willing to leverage or capitalize the outcomes of their education. One term we use as a disguised unemployment. So people are having competence, they are having skill, but they are not having a planned vision for their own career. So if they are focused, if they are dedicated, there is no force who can stop them. And I am myself, I am telling you, in the last 3 decades in the education, only higher education, I have been, and I have seen that a liberal amount of financial support by government has been given, and whether it is scholarship schemes for GRFs, or it is for scheduled caste community or OBC communities, or state fellowships are there, scholarships are there. So the opportunity is abundant only. And in higher education institutions also, those who are focused, they are they my own students, I'm telling you, my own PhD student, one student is right now just YY still due, and that person has gone to SRM University Chennai. And similarly, one in Narsi Munji, Gujarat, Ahmedabad, they have got positive. One another one in Patel University, and a very good packages. I'm telling you, even degree to be awarded, and they are at 80 to 90 or 1 lakh package they are getting. So I told you that is no dearth. And during fellowship also they were given good amount of fellowship only. So the skills which they have acquired, whether it is Python or it is SPSS or R software or Power BI, so number of packages they have learned during their coursework and their studies, and now they are the best. I'm telling you, in other universities as a teacher.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, again, in this context, I would like to again means it is a challenge for every teacher who is involved in higher education, especially in Indian context. So, how to involve students or how to make the students participate in these kind of initiatives? You said those who got all these familiar with the softwares and developed the skills in softwares, but the other student who was working with him or her was also having the similar opportunity. But now the question arises here is, as a teacher, because you are also in the same profession and we all belong to the same board. So then how to encourage the students to participate in such things? So is the biggest question mark. So again, in the context of SGD, can you throw some light on that?
See, sir, what I have seen now, I think you are correct at your place, because uh, it is the trainer. It is a
Mm-hmm.
trainer whose role is very critical. And
Mm-hmm.
because the person who comes there as a student, whether for PhD or PG program, so they are totally blank. And
Mm-hmm.
in case we create or we provide such kind of environment or atmosphere, there we are orienting them just like a small plant when we grow. So we
Mm-hmm.
give seed and water and other thing we do that. So that kind of close monitoring, connect, and awareness about the outcome that they will achieve out of these efforts through publications, through skill set. So that things has to be explained to those aspiring learners, so then only they will be. And sometimes we have to be harsh also, because in the beginning only, if the trainer actually what I have seen that many times in our the university also it happens that the
Mm-hmm.
administrators they are uh, becoming little flexible, little liberal. So the
Mm-hmm.
only thing is that then I also keep on sharing that, see, we are trainer and not the participants or students are the trainers. They are
Mm-hmm.
training. So we have to understand that we have make them explain those things properly and with wholeheartedly. These trainees are to then make attempt. So then only, because I'm not saying that we have to crush their opinions or we have to what do you say, dominate them. We have to explain them, and if in case their orientation towards their career or goals is not good, so we have to reorient them, and then we have to train them so that they are on the right track. Otherwise they will be headache for us also, and for their family also, and the society also later on.
Means the role of the teacher is also very critical to make
Yes,
them
sir.
to, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. So any other questions from other participants? Again, this is an hello. This is an opportunity for all of you to interact with Dr. Anand Thakurji, who is a very senior professor in case means and he is an authority at the national level that you can say on green marketing and related to marketing issues.
Sir, good afternoon.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know it's SDGs, 17 SDGs at a school education level, how it can be implemented, at least few, if not.
You are speaking about school level, correct? Hello.
Yes, sir. He was talking about school.
School level only. See,
Yeah.
uh, as compared to higher education, where the age of the learner is mature and they are adult also. At the school level, we cannot expect the higher intellect from the learners. So there, the role of even school teacher becomes more responsible. So as we shared that the school teachers, they have to be fully planned when they are going into the class, with the thorough planning on the outcomes to be achieved through lectures. And they have to go with the administrator level, they have to go with the calendar, academic calendar they have to make. And they have to not only focused on the learning aspect of the learners, but the co-curricular extracurricular activities also, and other things also, have to be fully shown. And we have to, on time only, we have to orient them towards these SDGs. Because what we have seen even at BBA level, also I would like to share with you that now these days now, the students of school level, at school level, they are becoming highly insensitive and irresponsible. I think you all will agree with me. And irrespective of the type of schooling, whether it is private school or at government school, the only way for us is that we have to involve them in community work also at a small age, so that they are able to understand the society's problem also, and they are becoming more sensible and sensitive to social issues at early age. And then they will start becoming responsible when they, with the small projects on community social work, when they experience that, when they find that a number of social problems are being going on in and around their locality, then they become more serious, more responsible to the society. And in over a period of time, then these SDGs, as I told you, by the time they go for college life, they would have gained adequate sensible behavior for handling and contributing towards these SDGs.
So there is one question from Anusha Virupannavar.
Ji.
SDG are not mandates but just directions. How far they are realized? What is the percentage of success rate?
Good question, actually. So, see, as in between this, during this lecture only, I shared with you, friends, uh, unless we adopt holistic orientation in any action, result is never bound to come. So we have to appreciate that United Nations, they came up with this kind of resolve about 10 years back, correct? If we all will start irresponsibly, then the situation will be very critical in next 2 3 years only. So if they have come forward for a united resolve for happiness, to all, if you go through all these 17 SDGs, what is this? As I told you, it is aspiring for a Satyuga, where no one is feeling bad, no one is unhappy, no one is having any kind of problem. So that ideal state, at least the vision has been, created, mission has been set up, and now the efforts are being made in that direction. And I'm very happy that all countries at their, internal level, they, whether into higher education, as I told you, in terms of publications, in terms of corporate world, they all have been making effort in this regard. So we have not to minutely connect it with that way, that to what extent we have achieved that. But in between, I told you that for some companies, they are doing greenwashing also. So if I am not honest, suppose I am speaking so much but I am not honest, then I will only be at harm. Now, as I told you, if my practice is not holistic, so somewhere I will also know this thing, and I will also grudge over this, that why I didn't adopt holistic mindset earlier. So same thing happens to everyone. So it is not, it cannot be forced upon or that kind of thing. That is a united effort only for holistic outcomes.
And again, just to add to your reply, sir, participation is the key here. Participation is the key. So how each and every one of us are contributing by participating in these initiatives, so definitely it leads to the success. Yeah, good.
See, in 1 minute. Yes. So as I have told you, that broadly, if we speak about society, so on one sided, we are, we people, public is on one side, and on other side is the business organization, corporate world. So in this session only, I have exemplified that how consumers, with the help of responsible consumption, they can play their role. How government, through by avoiding bribe or other unethical practices, by ensuring you know, ethical role, regulatory role can contribute towards this, and how the general public, so general public also have to behave responsibly only, because ultimately if this planet is not safe for us, not good for us, ultimately we all are, going to, you know this, what you say, face destruction everywhere.
Uh, if there are any more questions, or if not, we can, Manoj, we can end with a vote of thanks to our learned speaker.
Okay, sir.